Hi, my name is Juliana Kim. I am a sophomore at Barnard, and I'm originally from Flushing, Queens, New York, and I joined the I last spring. So in the early 2000s, there was a lot of conversation going around about the issue of space at Columbia. And in 2003, Bollinger officially announced that they were going to expand to the Manhattanville area, which is directly above or north of Morningside Heights. There was a lot of contentious battles between Columbia and the Coalition to Preserve Community and the Community Board 9, but ultimately Columbia was approved by the city to expand. It took me a really long time to truly understand the Manhattanville expansion from both sides of the argument. In terms of Columbia's commitments and obligations to the directly displaced residents, they've met them, and they've met them pretty urgently. And in the articles that I was reading about how Columbia, fulfilled the obligations they had for the directly displaced tenants, Columbia was also saying in these articles that they don't feel as obligated for indirectly displaced tenants. And so that just kind of really astonished me. I met David in September, and it was after I just found a few news clips about his building going against their landlord, BCB Property Management. The story wasn't about his, tenants versus a specific landlord, a name, or a specific person, but a whole, private equity real estate firm. To get high returns on investing in a rent-stabilized building meant tenant harassment. It meant trying to evict rent-stabilized tenants out of a building and attracting market rate tenants. He was walking distance from me, and not saying that out of kind of a convenience, but saying that as in it. Every time I met with him, it dawned on me that he is my neighbor. We spend our first 5 minutes just talking about the coffee shop near us, or which one's the best, and how we both hate Starbucks. And it's an intense and overwhelming feeling to recognize that people that are living so close to you, with their ceiling caving in on them, no hot water, no gas, or no radiator during the winter. The day of his court case, I wanted to go and see him, but when I met up with David, he was completely silent, and it was really hard to try to make him talk. It's funny to me thinking about how silent he was when we were heading to housing court, because after housing court, he couldn't stop talking. He was talking about this football game or this funny YouTube videos and his favorite songs. When David heard that he has 4 more weeks until, he kind of learns more about this court case, he was ecstatic. Time is so valuable. When people talk about the expansion, they talk about it in past tense, and that this contentious debate about this expansion is over, and it's kind of just something that we have to deal with. And I think that is in part true, but that doesn't mean that the conversations about approaching and, going forward with the expansion in a justified and in a respectful manner, that's a conversation we could continue having.